Sounds like what the conversation we're having is quality over quantity, right? So with your watchmaking example, Stephen, Swiss movements and Swiss watches, it's more, luxury, it's premium. It's you're not just buying a thing on your wrist that looks good. You're buying something very specific, a very specific set of values. Whereas if you buy, and I'm a big fan of Casio, but if you buy Casio at Walmart because it's $25 and you need, a little electronic on your wrist, you don't really care, right? They're all the same, and it just does the thing. And then when it dies, you throw it away or you replace the battery. It's not a big deal, and you don't need to invest in it. And I feel like somewhere that's the conversation that we're having. That some companies will invest in these quality skills, right? And it depends. The importance of that depends on the industry, right? If you're hiring engineers to design cars versus using AI to design cars, you're going to have very different results, and you're going to appeal to very different parts of the market. And I think that your price point and your business model is also going to be very different. And fundamentally, I think that AI feels to me, for the most part, like the quantity part of the equation. And humans, skilled humans, talented humans, people with experience who are expert craftsmen and craftswomen, craftspeople in their own areas or in a cluster of areas that can just sort of like mix things together and create something new are the quality. And companies that find a way of balancing both or really zero in on the one part of that binary that fits their model best are going to do really well. And companies that don't understand this dynamic and try to mesh the two together or try to get quality out of the quantity piece of the equation, and people who try to get quality out of the quantity piece of the equation are going to find themselves in some difficulty in the next few years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm not saying that your Casio is terrible. In fact, quite to the opposite.
Yeah.
The problem is that if you treat your people like machines, they don't develop the next generation of product. And in Japan, they absolutely did develop the next generation of product. And that's why your Casio is great and still exists. In the US, the workers were machines and they were not able to develop into the next leaders and the next inventors and the next designers. And their children didn't go into the field. And that just didn't become the progression of the industry as a whole. And when it comes to AI, I think that this is a concern as well. We've heard a lot about from educators about how AI is being used by students. And it's not so much, thankfully, it's not so much now, oh my gosh, get this AI out of the classroom. It's what is this doing to us and our critical thinking skills and our creativity and our development? And that's a bigger question. What does it do if we begin to use tools so much and to rely on tools so much that they become a replacement for our own capabilities?